This video is for marketing managers, heads of marketing, or people who aren't in the tools every day but want to know what the heck Andromeda is in a way that they can understand and actually make changes to their business. So we are going to talk about what has changed with Andromeda, why you should care, what the red flags could be, and what to do next. Let's get into it. Firstly, what changed? What was the social graph? You and I are friends on Facebook, Meta, and because of that, our mutual friend sees shared content between each other. Ever send a reel to someone and they say, I've already seen it? That kind of feeling. What's shifted now is that it's an AI or it's an Andromeda graph or optimization. So what this means is that the content that I see should be hyper-personalized to me, which we'll talk about in a moment below. But now instead of we all seeing the similar content because we're all friends, we're going to see individualized pieces of content. If you've had that feeling, say you're looking at camping Easter weekend or you go into the Grand Prix, you look at one piece of F1 content or one piece of camping content, and then your Hailey Bieber's here in Australia launching a new thing, then your feed is flooded. But that might not be the same as your friend just because your feed is that way. The second thing that's changed is interests are dead. If you see any media plan, and this will get to the red flags, that has interest audiences, run a mile away from that agency. It sounds really nice to be using interest targeting, but it died a long time ago. What replaced it about 3 years ago is the fact that creative is targeting. And the rest of this video is going to talk about how that actually came out to play. We didn't know Andromeda was sitting in the background. There's also Meta Gem and Meta Lattice. These are their three AI engines that are completely changing the game. And marketers, you are going to become the most important person in the room. Not that technical digital marketing manager, the person that understands brand and positioning and the 4 Ps. So hyper-personalization though is important, but with digital marketing, not the same. So they're the 3 things that have changed. But what can marketers actually, why should marketers actually care about it? As I was saying before, this is your time to lead. This is your time to shine. Personas are back in a big way. No longer do you have to just rest on, oh no, that target market, don't worry about that. We can do that. Hey, we're a beauty brand. We're going to target Mecca. We're going to target Sephora. And we're going to target our 3 competitors. And then we'll see which one of these has the best performance. And then based on that, oh, Mecca was the best, so we'll put more budget here. And it just completely dismisses, wait, who is our target market? What are their pain points, dream states? What's going on in their life? Why are we the right brand for them? What's the story that we want to tell? All of that is coming back into play. I mean, you should never have allowed your marketing to be driven by what a pixel said, but personas are back. Number 2 is back. Positioning matters. So if everybody has this opportunity for this hyper-personalization, say that camping example, I go look at something for camping, then there's 12 brands of tents and retailers in my feed, and they're all selling similar looking tents. Well, what's going to matter, what's going to actually stand out is positioning. And if you multiply this with the generative AI elements that are coming, this is even more important. So positioning, it probably always did matter. You probably always did get better results, but now it matters almost your positioning, and as does being distinctive. So any of the Mark Ritson fans or anyone that's done Ehrenberg Bass, this idea of being clearly distinctive in the mind. So again, think about all the generative hyper-personalization. If you can't position yourself to be a clear story in their mind that's different, and if you don't have consistent, distinctive assets that sets you apart, you're going to be in trouble. So marketers, this is your realm. This is what you should be driving. Don't leave this to a technical digital marketer that doesn't understand or has maybe never even studied the idea of the 4 Ps and everything that comes into play with positioning and distinctiveness as. But what are the red flags? So firstly, we spoke about interest targeting. Do not sign off any media buy that talks about interest targeting. It is dead. It died in 2022. It was probably already on its way out before that, but it is dead. Do not buy into this. The second thing is in these multi-campaign or ad sets. So we've got multiple objectives and we've got multiple ad sets. Really going to have 2 to 3 maximum campaigns in that, and you're going to lean into the algorithm to be able to serve that right content. And the red flag here is if your internal or agency cannot add concepts, that is a massive red flag. This isn't about the quantity of individual ads we'll talk about in the moment. This is different varying ad concepts. How many of you actually tested in the last few days? And then finally, your next steps. I want you as a marketing manager to be really across, or founder or head of marketing, go and check your ad library and go and think about, hey, is there a volume? Do we have enough volume? And is there enough diversity in what we're doing? Volume, we can put together some sums for that, and maybe I'll do that in another video. But diversity here isn't just about, do we have different, are we featuring all of our personas or all of our target markets? Are we showing as many of the use cases as we can? And then there's a technical thing of how much UGC do we have? How much brand led do we have? How much carousels, videos? There's a technical component of diversity as well. But as a marketing manager, I want you to focus on the diversity as it links to, are we talking to all of our personas, and we've got a mix of dream states and pain points and storytelling. And finally, your next steps. This is your time to lead. As a marketing manager, CMO, head of marketing, I hope that you've set a marketing strategy and a marketing vision. And rather than the digital marketing, which has been felt over these last few years, is kind of pushes its own agenda because we're so focused on getting a short-term result and we need to do what the algorithm wants. Now is the time when the best thing you can do for the algorithm is feed it the inputs around your positioning, your distinctive assets, your target market, your personas. It's showing off the experience that you have to bring it together into life. Now give it to your digital marketers like, cool, here are the personas, here's what we need. And then let them go do all of those individual diversity elements or your agency or whatever. But if you're finally able to, as a marketing, in that room with digital marketers, and know that your voice is the most important in there. So don't fall into the trap of looking for multi-campaigns or interest targeting. And I hope if you are in that senior position of marketing, you understand the difference between short and long-term objectives, and that this video has gone for way too long. I don't know if this is going to work. If you've watched till the end, please like and pass it on to someone. I love sharing this style of content. Resonates way more with me. So hopefully it's something that resonates with you. Thanks so much. Bye.